Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Tuesday to you all. I have eaten dinner. I have still yet to do the dishes, but I have finished eating dinner, and we continue with the Onew drop from today with the rest of the Flow EP. First time around with the title track. An interesting time, a little bit different to what I was used to, but I had explained in the title track, the only really solo Onew experience I've ever gotten was with that Circle EP, and that was very much kind of like a storytelling, very artsy album, right? Now, the fact that we got a little bit of almost performer mode Onew going on with the title track, with beat drum, was quite a different experience. It definitely opened my eyes. It's opening my eyes to a different side of Onew that I didn't know before. And I'm hoping we can kind of continue that expansion of knowledge, so to speak, with the rest of this album. So, without further ado, let's roll intro one time. Here we go! So, typical album listen rules will apply, much like we did with the, or at least I think how we did with the Circle album. We might not have, depending on what time of year we did it in, but what I do is I have the album credits pulled up on the second screen here, off of whatever you're seeing over there. I'll be reading off of them, so you can give credit where credit is due to all the songs that we listen to. So, track number 1, which is the title track, Beat Drum. We won't be listening to that now because we spent time on it with the MV, but I'll read off the credits very quickly. So, lyrics by Pakurang of XYXX and Onew himself. Composition, Charlie Martin, Joe Housley, Height, and... Height. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then Renee Miller with The Nocturnes and Ditch David on arrangement, which takes us to the first of the B-sides, track number 2, titled Hola, with an exclamation point. Lyrics by Kimina and Onew. Oh wait, Onew's on every single song for lyrics. Hell yes. Composition, Josh McClelland, Arthur Hill, and Kin, with Kin on arrangement. Better pay attention. Kimina knows her way around a pen. Loving the kind of pluckiness of it. That's a big mood. Sometimes you just want a day to laser on, right? Ooh. It's kind of giving me No Parachute vibes from that Circle album. Hello vocal harmonies. Oh, hello reverb too. It's nice and snappy though. I like it. It's plucky, but it's also quite light on its feet. Oh, gentle entry. Hold on now. Got a little bit too ahead of myself. There it is. Yeah, it's... Uh-oh. I don't know what's happened. I think I'm broken. Oh, post-chorus, hello. Oh, I was worried that the song was going to end after that. Hello, bridge. Short bridge. And then straight back into it. Yeah, big No Parachute vibes. got a little bit more percussion, like with the cymbals and stuff than No Parachute, but similar pluckiness. Ooh, and a little. We got the post chorus twice. Not gonna complain about that. And a bona fide finish at the end. Nice! I like that. It's got a great energy to it. And I keep referencing No Parachute, but that was my favorite B-side off of that Circle album, and you know what? We're already off to a great start. It's got a little bit of nostalgia to it, but it's got the fun factor in it as well. It's the type of song that, you know, it's gentle movement. Like, it's gonna give you a little bit of extra pep in your step as you're walking through town. I'm so here. Ooh, that's very nice. And it's a surprisingly simple song to follow along with. Like, even though it's got all the pluckiness going on, like, the song makes everything easy to follow along with. There's no real, like, big surprises anywhere. Well, maybe I think there was that one part where I got a little bit too ahead of myself with the second chorus starting a little bit later, but you know, it's not like there's like a false drop anywhere else apart from that second chorus. It's got all risers in all the places you want a riser to be. The riser is very clear, it's very clean, it tells you exactly what's happening in the song, to the point where, you know, if say you tune out of the song for a little bit, for a few seconds, you snap back in, it's super easy to realize where you are in the song because the song's very clearly almost like labeled for you. Nice, and a great way to start the album listen. Next up, track number 3, Maestro. Lyrics by Sol Junga and Onew. Composition, Duck Blackwell, Andrew Jackson, Bill Mabry, and Valencia. Arranged by Duck Blackwell. Oh, hello! I'm already loving the vibes on this. A very subtle instrumentation. Wow, that's pretty. Oh, what a good hit. And oh my goodness, reverb. Oh. This chorus is like a little bit almost like spatial feeling. It's huge. It just goes forever. Little Daft Punk vocals. And then extending it the extra 2 beats at the end of the chorus there with the Maestro line. Really neat. It kind of just like bleeds over to the next phrase. There's something about just Onew having some certain moments where it sounds so vocally relaxed is really interesting to me. Because this is so new for me. I swim, you swim, so it's such a charming chorus. And into this post-chorus, I love it. swing, you swing. 저 바닷속의 Maestro. Oh, no bridge or final chorus. It's just two really long choruses that makes up nearly 3 minutes. That one kind of cooks. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not, again, not a super complex song, but the groove is great. The beat is so nice. And then all of a sudden, whoosh, that expansion you get in the vocal section for that chorus is almost like ethereal sounding. It's got a really fun hook. The like vocoded, Daft Punk-esque vocals in the post-chorus too. Like, oh, that is a tasty song. This marks the second song named Maestro that we've come across, or at least that I've come across from the world of K-pop this year, and both of them have absolutely hit. This one, I reckon I could get some mileage out of. And what I think is, I don't know if this is like the uninformed Shawl in me, but when the song first started, it felt like a very Key song for me. Like, I feel like Key would do a concept like this. But when the chorus came around, and that post-chorus came around, and we made it through the entire first section of the song, I got it. It's like, okay, Onew kind of owns this. That was really cool. This is like, I think Key is probably my most familiar member when it comes to solo music. Maybe Taemin and Key's probably like top 2, and then it'd probably go Onew and then Minho and Jonghyun, unfortunately, because I never really got to know his solo music while he was still with us. But Onew is like breaking all of my like kind of preconceived notions that I've had of him as an artist just on this album alone, and we're 3 songs in. Ooh. That thing I said about me learning something from this album, I think we're doing a good job of that. But this is track number 4, Shape of My Heart, lyrics by Jung Ji-yoon and Onew, composition Ditch David, Boran, Haedol, and Dawson, with Ditch David on arrangement. Slow it down one time. Hello, vocal sauce. Oh my goodness.
어색하고 미더워 내가 The shape of my heart 때론 따뜻한 말랑한 마음 난 그럴 때 봄날 같아
The way how slow this song is almost feels like a musical number.
또 어떨 때는 차갑고 각지고 까칠한 마음
Like, every beat is so long. Kind of just like, instead of like trotting along, it rolls along.
남들처럼 단단하지 못할까 막연한 불안함 어쩌면 난 말야 멈추지 않고 계속 흘러가는
Very tasteful reverb on his voice, especially on the high sections. Did we get the background harmonies in the first half of this chorus? Or did we get it only in the second half? Maybe we did get it in the first half. I clocked onto that way too late because I was trying to focus on lyrics there, but...
녹아 go on. Move on, move on, move on, move on, move on. 녹아.
Oh, you know what? That is kind of like a return to what that Circle album was like a little bit. It's artsy. It's almost as if the song is like a storytelling session rather than trying to be like a standard old B-side on a pop album. Wow. And the thing that was kind of that whole like chorus moment with the background harmonies. The reason I missed it was I was reading the lyrics, I was going through it, and it was talking about how like like I've got good days when my heart is warm and happy. I've got bad days when my heart is cold and prickly. And I was reading through the lyrics, and I kind of tuned out on the vocals for a second. I mean, the vocals are super pretty and just kind of fills the background of my mind a little bit while I'm processing the lyrics. And then I saw that the chorus starts with the very happy, like this is my heart on a good day, and then this is my heart on a bad day. And when I saw that the words has switched into when I'm having a bad day, and the background vocals appeared, I thought maybe it was like a kind of counter, or like even because at the end of the day that entire chorus ends with both of these are me, kind of. Maybe it was like, even though the main vocal top line is singing I'm having a bad day, my heart is cold and prickly, but the background vocals is acting like the other side of your heart, saying that, hey, that warmth is still there somewhere. I don't know if that's the case. I'll have to go back and listen to it again, but yeah, that's a very pretty song. I love how slow it is. Genuinely, I love how slow it feels. But it doesn't feel like sluggishly slow either. Every single beat almost kind of rolls its count rather than having like a nice firm 1, 2, 3, 4. It almost like 1, 2, 3. Every beat hit is so long. Very neat. I would love to hear what an orchestral version of this song would sound like, because I reckon this could be kind of a heavy hitter with a full orchestra playing it. Especially with the new saucy vocals on top. Oh, yes, please. But we keep moving. Track number 5, All Day. All Day. Lyrics by Jeonjun, Xenon, and Onew. Composition Ben Samama, Michelle Buzz, Ditch David, with Ben Samama and Ditch David on arrangements. We're seeing some familiar names in the production side of things. I don't know if it's from previous Onew albums or if I'm just used to seeing these names, but
예상과 반대 내 일상 스트레스야. 하루하루 난
wait, did we listen to this already?
갇혀 허우적대 계속 꾸벅꾸벅 또
We did listen to this already. Right? Hold on, hold the phone one time. We did listen to this already. Good to snap back on with the song again, though. Yeah, it still does hold up that kind of quirky fun factor of the song it has. Love the layered vocals. Don't know if I said that the first time around, but stripe clap section. I'm realizing that, like, you know, that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday line, especially with the ear sick hold at the end, that's a lot of breath for one line. Because, like, every single time you have that kind of staccato effect where you cut it off, you have to use extra breath to start back up again. And it feels like it's all done in one breath. That's difficult. I still find that song very fun. It's a very simple, easy, fun song. But yeah, that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like that line. There's some like that could be considered almost like a breath test for aspiring vocalists. I feel like that's interesting. I never would have clocked that during the MV portion, but all day, yeah, there's like a playfulness to it that's so kind of refreshing, if that makes sense. And I think I mentioned something along the lines of like, we're seeing a more kind of musically playful Onew, especially because this was my first, you know, Onew drop following that Circle album last year, and that was a very different tone altogether, right? So to have him kind of get a little playful with it musically on his first return with, you know, new company and stuff, it still holds up. It's still very short, but it still holds up. Cool. Not too much to talk about considering we've already spent a good amount of time on it already. Did not know this song would be on the album. And one final song, track number 6, titled Focus. Lyrics by Cho Yoon Kyung and Onew. Composition Ben Samama and Ditch David. Whoa, that's a bad slip. I am so sorry. And then Ditch David on arrangement. I am honestly surprised I didn't do that earlier. Oh no. Quite plucky. Hello, triplet synths. I'm gonna wait to pass judgment until the percussion part comes in, but there's like very many different ways that this song could be interpreted in terms of pace. Still gonna hold off on passing judgment on what pacing of the song is supposed to be. Okay, now we've got a percussion part coming in. What a cool way to do a chorus. Hello, vocals. Perpetual's triplet 16th note synth part. Oh, and that's how we're gonna finish it. Oh, what? Okay, that's kind of cool. With the big, like, sudden EDM drop, it feels like... Hold on, I need to let my mind cook a little bit. It feels like, it feels like the big drop from Olivia Hayes' Egoist a little bit. that like that sudden huge dramatic almost like electro dubstep massive drop and then go back to like the flowy melody. It does kind of remind me of Egoist a little bit. That's really neat. This is not the type of song you come across very often, and if it's done right, it can be a very impactful piece. This is definitely a very impactful piece. Indeed, it catches your attention. It's huge. It comes out of nowhere too, just appears, and it's almost like I'm trying to find a good reference to like articulate my thoughts here, but you know that kind of sensation where, oh, here's a good one for you. If you live in a really humid climate, um, or a really hot climate, either one works too. Probably a combination of the two. But you're walking outside, let's say. It's muggy, it's hot, it's humid. It feels like you're walking through soup when you go outside. But then you make it into the store. They've got the AC rolling, or say if you're like me living in Japan, it's really hot out, you step onto the train and all of a sudden you're met with this wall of cold. The drop in focus is like you walking into that air conditioned building and feeling that cold air for the first time in a long time. It just hits you right in the face. This chorus drop hits you right in the face, and I would let it do it again. Ooh. It's a shame it's so short though, because I reckon they could have done something a little crazy with this. I mean, it's already very crazy, but they could have done something even more crazy with this. But yeah, you know what? There's multiple ways you can end an album, right? You end with a ballad, you end with a party banger, or you just end with one knockout blow right at the end. The money piece, just bam, straight right, straight to the nose. Knocks you flat on the floor. On the canvas, no need for a count. TKO. Courtesy of Onew's Focus. I cannot get over that. That's genuinely blown my mind. Wow. This album, once again, is good. This one's gonna be a little bit of a marination type of thing. One of those albums where I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of, and I'm going to enjoy even more the more I listen to it. Because that's exactly how that Circle album was for me. But wow, very different. I love it. Because you get so much kind of different veins of Onew, so to speak. And I do feel like I have learned a little bit more about Onew as an artist in terms of what type of music he does, but I definitely still have a long way to go on that front. But what I've come out of the other side of this album having learned some stuff, and have come out of the other side having experienced some very good music. So all in all, a great success on that front. Um, Favorite B-side of the album though? That is a very difficult question because I genuinely couldn't pick a one. I I'd probably be out of the 6 songs on this album. I'd probably pick Hola, Maestro, or Focus, one of those three. But I genuinely have no problems with this album whatsoever. It's very good. Oh, actually, I do have one little gripe. The fact that I'm pretty sure most, if not all, of the songs on this album are sub 3 minutes, which feels like, yeah, the longest song on this album is Maestro at 2:57, then Ola at 2:52. And there's 3 songs on this album that are sub 2 minutes 30, and for an artist like Onew, who just has an absolutely glorious voice, it feels a little bit like Daylight Robbery that we're getting so little. You know what I mean? Like, I want to savor an Onew release. I don't want, like, I want a 5-course menu Onew. I don't want a fast food drive-through Onew, if that makes sense. I don't want it to be over like that. I want to savor it. So I hope the song length thing can be amended for future releases, but apart from that, no qualms about this album whatsoever. Cool stuff. But I am going to leave you all for here tonight. Thank you all for listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be, checking in with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.